Snow White will be the worst film ever made. Snow White is Disney's most iconic movie of all time. Originally a German fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm, Snow White is described to have skin as white as snow. However, Rachel Zegler, who will play Snow White, does not have skin as white as snow, which pretty much defeats the whole point of this iconic character. Rachel also hates her own movie. She called the original dated, called the prince a stalker, and raised issues with the love story.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince, or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because like we cast a guy in the movie,
right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
This is starting to sound nothing like Snow White. They've just got a character named Snow White, but the story seems to be entirely different.
And it only gets worse. Remember these guys, the dwarfs from Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Well, there will be no dwarfs in this remake. Why? Apparently it's offensive to have dwarfs in films. However, dwarf actor Dylan Postal raises a very good point.
So it's not a progression at all to me. My issue with it is exactly what you said. There are actors, dwarf actors, that live, that dream to be in a major motion picture such as this Disney remake. And now it's taken away. And it's taken away because of quote unquote progression and all that. And it's not right. Because these are roles made for actors of my stature. Roles that aren't ever really given. I can't go out for the Harrison Ford or the George Clooney roles because that's not for me. These dwarf roles are for people of my stature.
Right.
And now it's taken away. I don't feel that's right. And not only that, but now think about the additional stunt actors or body doubles or that. Now you're talking multiple actors of my stature that don't get these major roles. And why? What's the reasoning? Because we're supposed to be progressive and we're supposed to just not view them as that.
Well, you know the
these
irony.
Were heroes.
The
all
irony.
of these dwarves,
Yeah.
all of these dwarves took care of Snow White.
It has also been announced that the prince will not save Snow White, so they have completely changed the perfect story, destroying the hard work of many men. As Tristan Tate once said,
and everyone lost their fucking mind again. Started calling me a fucking racist again. But why can't he be black? I'll tell you why. Because I don't think you should fuck with another man's work. It is not anyone's job. Some woke Hollywood wannabe cool movie producer to sit around now that Ian Fleming is dead. And the description of Bond in every book is white skin, black hair, ice blue eyes. Well, let's make it black now. No, stick with the original character. Or write a new movie about a new secret agent and make that secret agent black, if you're so creative.
The son of the director of the original Snow White had this to say.
I mean, it's a whole different concept. And I just totally disagree with it. And I know my dad and Walt would also very much disagree with it. They changed the stories. They changed the thought process of the characters. They're making up new woke things. And I'm just not into any of that. I find it quite frankly a bit insulting what they may have done with some of these classic films. There's no respect for what Disney did and what my dad did. I think Walt and he would be turning in their graves.
So Disney have ruined another man's work. Cast a black brat as Snow White, denied dwarfs acting opportunities, and written another anti-man storyline. These behind-the-scenes photos make the movie look like some crappy low-budget school play. Disney seriously need to stop with their woke content. You know what they say, go woke, go broke.